All right, I'm going to put it this way, okay? Excuse me. You walk into Madison Square Garden with people chanting Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, Triple G, Triple G, electric atmosphere. You know what I'm talking about. You leave Madison Square Garden with getting booed, okay? As soon as they start interviewing Gennady Golovkin, the crowd is booing. I felt really bad for Golovkin, but it's a fact. It is an absolute fact. The people that were there, what a change in demeanor, behavior, whatever. So, all right, look, here it is. If you guys really want to know how I feel, I'm going to tell you in this video. And I'm going to say it's getting harder and harder to make these Golovkin videos. It's getting to the point to where I don't even want to talk about it anymore because it's just so frustrating, right? I'm tired of candy coating everything because I don't want to, trigger or offend Gennady Golovkin fans. And I am a Triple G fan, probably one of the biggest, okay? But it seems like I'm the only one that is capable of telling the damn truth. And I mean that with all due respect, okay? I got a ton of respect for you guys out there, but I'm going to tell the truth. I'm not going to be like the other channels that I despise, okay? I'm not going to be one of those channels that just will, tell you what you want to hear to keep you coming back, because I don't care about numbers on YouTube, okay? I could care less. And I'm also going to read your comments in another video, and I'm going to respond to them live, okay? So look, if you disagree with me, totally cool, okay? But don't be a big-ass baby and leave the channel or turn your back on me, because I've done nothing but bring you guys content, information, and news for the past 5 years or more. Never asked for a single dime like other channels, begging for money like panhandlers on the corner of the road, right? I hardly even monetize my videos anymore. I do this for you. I do the research, I cover the fights, I spend countless hours of my day bringing you content. So the least you can do is try to have a little bit of respect, for my opinion, and not run away when you hear something you don't like. It's crazy to me. If you guys understood the amount of work and effort it goes into running a YouTube channel, it's a full-time job. It is literally, I put more work into my YouTube channel than I do my actual job, okay? It's crazy, and I don't ask for anything in return. Nothing. Name one time I've ever asked for money, or I hardly even ask people to sub to the channel. I don't know, hit the like button, hit up my Patreon, my PayPal, send me some money. Never. I don't do that, I do this for you, okay? So let's get right into it. Yes, Gennady Golovkin had a bad night, in my opinion, and I believe Triple G was also ill, okay? Apparently he had flu-like symptoms, according to Eddie Hearn, okay? Flu-like symptoms, okay? But that sounds familiar. They said the same thing during Kell Brook, and I want to say, was it Martin Murray? It was another fight he was sick too. But this is like the third or fourth time that he's been ill, and remember, Golovkin talked about he had a dream that a doctor told him he was better, and he felt better on fight night. It was on like HBO 24/7 back in the day. So it's like the third time that's happened. And I believe he apparently missed the second day IBF weigh-in, okay? I haven't verified that, but I heard on another channel that he missed that, how you can't be 10 pounds over the middleweight limit, and he missed it the first go around, something like that. But I need to look into that. But it, lends to the fact that he was ill, okay? Gennady Golovkin said he wasn't focused during the fight. He said something about not being focused during training. I don't know. I think he just had a bad night. And this right here, I'm gonna reply to this comment right here. Not because I'm picking on you, Mr. Joe Gomez, because it's just the type of comment that I don't like, and I'm gonna get back to that in just a second. There's a scorecard right there, but we're gonna focus on the cut. Just look at the cut, and I'm gonna keep going. Okay. But again, just like I told you guys leading up to the fight, I told you he wasn't looking right. And he's more concerned about business and money and being a promoter, and it showed in the fight. You cannot deny that, whether you believe he won or lost. Triple G got outworked. This was a reality check. You cannot deny it. He didn't look good, okay? This was supposed to be a dominating performance. This fight was going to justify a Canelo trilogy, and now I don't want to see it. There's no reason for a trilogy. It would be a slaughter, okay? Gennady Golovkin will get destroyed in a trilogy, okay? Facts, guaranteed, okay? Look, The last time I saw that look on Gennady Golovkin's face was when he got robbed by Canelo. Okay, we saw the same look on Triple G's face when he won the belt last night, belts, plural, because that look, he knew he lost, okay? And remember, this was against a guy with a terrible cut over his right eye and a 4-1 underdog, okay? I mean, go back and listen to my previous videos. I told you, next time Gennady Golovkin steps on a world-class elite stage, he will either lose or come close to it, okay? And I told you guys this. I also said Canelo beats Gennady Golovkin in a trilogy, and I can guarantee it. I mean, I'll guarantee it, okay? But somehow that makes me a hater or a sellout, although I have nothing but respect for Triple G. I really do. I think he's made some bad decisions lately, and we're going to talk about them, but overall, nothing but respect. Yes, it was a very close fight. Okay, I watched it 3 damn times already. What is it now? It's like 7:20 in the morning, okay? I watched it again at like midnight last night. I woke up at like 5 in the morning and watched it again. And each time I watched it, I had it for Sergey, 113, 114. Okay, I edged it for Sergey. Okay, and the knockdown for Golovkin really wasn't that great of a knockdown. Okay, he caught him on the back of the head, on the side of the head, and basically threw him off balance. Okay, but in round 5, he nearly dropped Triple G with a body shot. Okay, the referee, I believe, even saved Gennady Golovkin a couple of times. Okay, we saw running, we saw Golovkin on his bike, getting backed up, and if you notice, Triple G was not throwing that overhand hook, or he was throwing that overhand, what do they call it? I forget the name of the punch, where, that crazy looping overhand punch, like trying to hit him on the head. It was almost like Golovkin knew he couldn't hurt him right down the middle, right? But, and then Golovkin, throwing like, 2 or 3, then he would, or 2 or 3 punches, and he'd get backed up for the next like 30 seconds eating combinations, right? It was like 1-2, get backed up, 1-2, get backed up, and Sergey's just blasting off on this dude, like firing off combinations, and Golovkin's 1-1-1, these little weak jabs, but he had a great left hook. Golovkin had a great left hook. And look, I understand the difference between effective aggression and just letting your hands go, okay? I do understand that, so I want to be clear about that. But when you're backing up Triple G, and Triple G is on his bike looking like Keith Thurman, right? Looking like Night Keith Thurman, and Triple G is only throwing 1 or 2 punches at a time. Even Jonathan Banks said during the damn fight, he was saying like, he's not doing what he should be doing. This kid is active. He's letting his hands go, and Golovkin needs to let his hands go. I mean, Jonathan Banks was looking worried, okay? He said he's only throwing 1 or 2 punches at a time. Sergey is blasting off on him. And that's his coach admitting Triple G isn't doing what he should be doing, okay? You had guys like Chris Mannix calling the fight, which I have a ton of respect for. I think he's very fair and unbiased. He knew Golovkin was losing along with Mora and the rest of them. These guys are being honest calling the fight. Okay, go back and listen to my immediate reaction after after the Rolls fight. I said the same thing. I said the same thing I'm going to say now, rather. Okay, where is the improvement? Where is the big Jonathan Banks advantage? Okay, I mean, look, Triple G did better. He did better against Abel Sanchez, or while he was with Abel Sanchez, okay? Because Abel Sanchez knew how to bring out the best in Gennady Golovkin. It's like Abel said, if it isn't broke, why fix it? I mean, look how far they went. Look how far look. Golovkin was 1 notch away from being, the undisputed middleweight champion, breaking Bernard Hopkins' record, the highest knockout percentage in middleweight history. He did great things with Abel Sanchez, and he looks like shit with Jonathan Banks, okay? I mean, to me, it looks like Jonathan Banks broke it, okay? That's what it looks like to me. And I bet Abel Sanchez and Canelo are celebrating, after this fight, because because this performance justifies Canelo avoiding Triple G, right? This fight justifies it. If I'm Canelo Alvarez, why would I fight this guy? He looks terrible. He looked terrible. Seriously, if you're being honest, why? If I'm Canelo, I want to fight Sergey Darby and Checo. If I'm Canelo, right? I would. I'm just being honest, okay? Abel Sanchez, Abel Sanchez made I'll make another video talking about the comments that he made. So, but look, listen, this is reality, okay? Making Gennady Golovkin look good in the gym is one thing, right? But bring it to a world-class stage, and that's another. Gennady Golovkin is more focused on business than boxing, okay? I've been telling you guys this for the past year. I also told you guys Gennady Golovkin is going to get old overnight. It happened, okay? I literally made a video 4 days ago asking the question, is Triple G getting old? I also said karma is a bitch, and I believe Golovkin, I think he sold out, okay? It's all about money now, and it showed up in the fight. That was not, I didn't see the heart. I didn't see the fighter there. Okay, I didn't see Golovkin willing to go out on his shield. Even in the pocket, it's like he would get in and get out. It's like he was afraid to trade. Afraid to trade, okay? I mean, I'm going to patent that, afraid to trade. I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm just being honest, right? I mean, he did, look, going back to the past, when I say karma is a bitch, he did his entire team dirty, and now he's milking the sport for money, and look, and you guys, I mean, you have to understand what I'm trying to say here. I have nothing but respect for Golovkin. I just think he's made terrible decisions, okay? And I'll always be a fan, right? And, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just hard to put into words, right? And I know you're probably thinking I'm being too hard on Triple G or maybe overreacting, but I'm not, right? I mean, I don't like the way he fired Abel Sanchez. I don't like the way he walked away from all the people that developed him, once he got a big deal with his own. It's just a grimy move. And to be honest, right, what does Golovkin talk about in every damn video? Money, 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 business, money, money, money. It's money, 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 money. Oh, yeah, did I mention money, money, money in business? Not legacy, not fighting the best. It's I want to fight Canelo so I can make another $50 million. I mean, that's all we hear anymore. It's getting pathetic. It's getting pathetic. I think it's pathetic that he continues to chase Canelo, and Canelo wants nothing to do with him. Okay, I'm being honest. It's pathetic. Get over it. I mean, and DAZN will not shut the hell up about Canelo. I mean, it's just, I don't know, and I don't blame Canelo, right? Because Canelo already gave him 24 rounds. He already gave him 2 fights. He doesn't want to give Golovkin another $50 million, and I don't blame him, right? I mean, I've just completely changed the way I think about Golovkin. I'm incredibly disappointed. I mean, the dude doesn't even like doing interviews anymore. He doesn't like talking to the fans. He doesn't even smile anymore. It's like he hates what he does. It's all about money. I mean, when are you people going to wake up? I mean, when are you going to wake up? It's all about money. And don't worry. I'll be here when you learn the truth. I mean, like always, I will be here. And I know I don't always get it right, but I'm right about this. I mean, I know I'm right about this. And I guarantee you Canelo beats Triple G in a trilogy. And look, I'll take it a step further. If Canelo loses in a trilogy, I'll shut my channel down. I will never talk about boxing again if Gennady Golovkin beats Canelo in a trilogy. I will officially retire from covering boxing. I will never speak of boxing for the rest of my life. I guarantee you Canelo will destroy Golovkin in a trilogy, right? And to be completely honest, I'm getting tired of the Triple G fans because you guys are hypocrites, okay? You're becoming what you hate. The Canelo fans, or the Golovkin fans rather, the Golovkin fans, you're becoming what you hate. And I don't mean all of you, but a lot of you out there are complete hypocrites, right? Look, you claim to not like Canelo, or you claim to not like Canelo fans because, they support him at all costs, but you're acting just like them by protecting Triple G. You can't even admit that he's getting old. You can't admit that he lost you can't admit that he lost the fight. You can't admit that he sold out. You can't admit that he did his team dirty. You can't admit that he's going to lose against Canelo. You can't admit, there's been some terrible matchups, Vanez Marty Rose and Steve Rolls. You can't admit the dude, doesn't like giving interviews anymore. You can't admit that he can't stand the media, and you can't admit it's all about money. You can't admit that he sold out. I mean, you're becoming Canelo fans, right? And that's how I see it, and look, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying he's made some terrible decisions, and like I said, it's a dose of reality, and some changes need to be made, right? I think to me, Golovkin has turned into a complete snob with his nose stuck up in the air, like he's better than everybody else, right? I mean, that's what I see. He needs to remember though, the boxing fans made him rich. My channel alone, my YouTube channel alone has over 3 million Triple G views on it. Okay, meaning I made that dude a lot of money. Okay, I made him a lot of money and gave him a lot of it. That's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of work and a lot of effort I've put into Gennady Golovkin, and I'm disappointed. Okay, and I don't think Sergey had the night of his life. I think Triple G is getting old, and he had a really bad he had a bad night. I mean, Golovkin had a bad night, right? And who knows? Maybe Triple G will bounce back in his next fight because he's embarrassed. I don't know, right? And I guess look, I understand if you truly believe Gennady Golovkin won, I can respect that. I don't know, but you need to come to the realization, though, that Triple G has changed, right? He's not the same person or fighter that he was a few years ago. That's my whole point, right? And I do believe he lost. That's my second point. But yet you guys still don't trust me. You're still mad at me because I've changed my opinion on Golovkin. But time and time and time again, I'm always right. Every time I bring you guys news or information, it usually, not always, but it usually turns out I'm right, okay? And I'll say it again. I have a ton of respect for Gennady Golovkin, but I don't like the new slimy, grimy businessman that only cares about money, not legacy. And that's what he's turned into. He's turned into what you guys criticize, okay? I don't understand it. He has become what you criticize in Canelo or another fighter. I mean, forget Canelo, okay? I mean, now, yes, this was a legacy fight, so I do give him credit for tonight, right? But, what's he going to do next? I mean, we'll see. I don't even want to go there, right? I mean, Gennady Golovkin, look, he looked bad in his most recent fights, right? Fact. Didn't look good against Jacobs. Fact, right? Had 2 close fights with Canelo. Fact. Okay, I believe he lost against Darby and Checo. If not, was given a gift decision. Fact. Okay. We give him a pass for Steve Rolls. Fact. Okay. They call it a keep busy fight so he can make another $20 million. I mean, then we give him a pass for Vanez Marty Rosen. Fact. But yet we criticize Canelo for fighting Kovalev. I mean, this is my point, right? Even if you don't think he lost, he got beat the hell up winning. If you don't think he lost, he got beat up winning. And look, I've never seen Triple G run or hold like that. It was like a combination between Keith Thurman and Mayweather up in there. I've never seen him hold or even get backed up like that. I mean, he's gotten backed up before, but not by a guy like Sergey Darchenko, okay? Someone that isn't known for his power, okay? I mean, come on now. And once again, I'm not overreacting. I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings or whatever. I'm just being honest. For once, I'm going to get on my channel and be honest, right? I just wish the Triple G fans, would just understand. You're acting like hypocrites, okay? I mean, you can't continue to criticize Canelo and support Golovkin for doing the same kind of shit. That's my point. Okay, so, I mean, again, I could go down the list. I mean, I could break Canelo down just as easily, I mean, I've done it a million times. You guys know the catch weights, the mismatches, the Amir Khan fight, all that, ducking and avoiding Gennady Golovkin, even avoiding the trilogy. But I kind of understand, maybe Canelo saw something or knew something that we didn't know. So I don't know. It just seems like there's this huge bias. It's almost or probably just as bad as Pacquiao Mayweather. But a lot of the Gennady Golovkin fans, they don't understand you're turning into what you hate. You're turning into who you're fighting. You will defend Golovkin at all cost. Okay. And forget the fight tonight. I think he lost. You think he won. Whatever. Okay. Either way, we either both get it right or wrong by maybe 1 round. Okay. So we're both right and we're both wrong because it wasn't really convincing for either guy. Okay. I edged it to Darby and Checo because, again, I felt, yes, Golovkin was landing the more meaningful shots, but I do think, and I know you guys, let me touch on something real quick. A lot of you guys are saying, well, he was just letting his hands go and nothing was landing. True, a lot wasn't landing, but a lot was landing, okay? And, I tend to give fights to the more active fighters. And that's just how I score fights. I do. And I do look for effective aggression, meaning landed punches, because ultimately that is the ultimate decider of a round is landed punches, meaningful punches, effective aggression. So, look, I know how to score fights. I mean, I've done it for golden. Look, you guys know I went down to the Juan Diaz gym and I judged fights for the Golden Glove contest championships rather. So I have a ton of experience judging fights. I know what the hell I'm looking at, but whatever. We can disagree. It's fine. Now let me get to this comment. Great fight, Counter. I enjoy your channel, but you're not always correct. I think it was a close fight, but Triple G pulled it off. Okay, cool. I respect that. That's where it should have ended, right? That's where it should have ended. Counter, didn't you say that Canelo would floor Jacobs? Precisely what I mean. I don't know what that means, but this is what I want to focus on. You're starting to sound like Dante's Boxing Nation. Okay, here we go. So and I'm going to end it here, and I'm not trying to pick on you, Joe. I'm glad you're, with the channel and all that, but here's the thing, man. I don't understand. You love the channel when I'm telling you what you want to hear. You love the channel when I'm being biased, towards Golovkin, or biased against Canelo, and I'm playing favorites with Gennady Golovkin. You love that. You love it when I tell you, but when I'm telling you something you don't agree with, all of a sudden, I'm this shitbag right here. I'm this guy that is probably the worst thing that's ever hit YouTube. And to compare me with Dante's Boxing Nation is probably the biggest slap in the face. You're lucky I don't block you from the channel, to be honest, but I'm not a little bitch, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But to compare me to that guy because I've changed my opinion on Golovkin, I don't know, man, maybe you need to think about that. So I'm going to end it there.